Well, hello everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to show you how to access and therefore replace the gear cable in a standard Revoshift twist shifter. It is a really simple process, so I'm going to work through it really quickly with you. The first thing you need to do with a flat bladed screwdriver is to pop the screwdriver into this black slit you can see on the camera just here. You're going to want to go in at a downwards angle, so that the screwdriver blade is pointing down towards the wheel, if you like, of the bike. With a bit of forward pressure as well, forward pressure that way, your screwdriver head will fall and sink into place. And what it's doing now is it's slowly underneath a small black clip, which is holding the access panel, this part, in place. So you're now going to angle this screwdriver upwards, like you can see, and just by pushing up a little bit, you're going to pop that first release catch free. Simple as that. This access panel then lifts loose, and there's another small catch on the other side off camera, which is this bit here with a bit of a barb on the end, as you can see. I'll show you how to pop that back in a moment, but that's stage one. The next thing you need to do is to get your gears, if you haven't already, down to the highest number. That would normally be the lowest sprocket on your derailleur, on your cassette rather. So this is normally going to be gear 6 or gear 7 with the Revoshifts. Once you've done that, we're going to change angles. You'll be able to see the end of the gear cable. There we go. And this is where a pick comes in really handy, because you don't want to damage what is holding everything in place. But assuming you've already cut the cable elsewhere, there is now going to be movement for you to remove the nipple to the cable. There we go. And again, as I say, assuming you've cut the cable already, you can pull that free. If not, the place to do it is just in here. It doesn't mean you're going to need another tool, but with some cable cutters, you can cut the cable here. Whoop, there we go. You can whip that out. And for now, we can just pop this back in here, and we can deal with that other excess piece of cable a bit later. Okay, so the cable has been accessed. We've accessed the panel, we've taken the cable out, and now we can remove this cable that was in here and pop in a new cable. Okay, we're about ready to pop the new cable in. So that's going to go into the entry point where the nipple of the cable was earlier on. It's going to come down here, course around this bend and through. So I'm going to be removing the outer cable in a moment to make it easier for the new cable to go through. So there we go, into the hole. It's going to go round the bend. Don't crease the cable by bending it too tightly. Sometimes you can use the flathead of a screwdriver to help. Anyway, there it is going. We're going to work that all the way through. And like I've shown in previous videos, I like to put oil, a dab of oil or two, into the outer cables, just to help lubricate the new inner cable. And there we go. Make sure that click happens, folks, because when it comes to working on your gears later on, you can see the nipple there has moved up a little bit. That's going to happen an awful lot if you haven't got tension at the other end of the cable where the derailleur is. So that small catch, that plastic catch just there, stops the nipple going too far. Okay, the next job is to put the cable through the outer cable here. And then the last part is to obviously work on the rear derailleur, but that's a point for another video. But the main part for you is stage 3, which is popping the access cable back on. So we're just going to put this all the way through. There we go. Okay, now we're at the final stage of the process, which is to pop the access panel back on. If it were me, I would wait until the gears are properly set up, the cable's attached to the derailleur, and you know everything is okay before attaching the access panel. But for the purpose of the video, we're going to do it now. And the way you do it is, hopefully you remember that barbed section I showed you at the beginning of the video. That's going to be popping into there, and very simply, you're going to be working round. Let's bring it down so you're familiar with how it was at the beginning of the film. Seriously, blockbuster movie. And you'll see there's a bit of a gap there. We put our screwdriver in just under it earlier on. That's just going to simply click down. And there we are. There we are. That is all it takes to access and therefore change the gear cable in a Revoshift twist shifter. As ever, look at my other videos that will show you how to access the derailleur end of the process and to get your gear setting up properly. But for now, that's the problem solved, and that's me. Job done. Thanks ever so much for tuning in. As ever, please please subscribe to the channel. I know this is only a 2 or 3 minute video, but it takes a long time to edit and upload it. I'd appreciate just a few seconds of your time clicking that subscribe button. Anyway, thanks very much. Take it easy, and I'll see you next time.